Hello everybody, this is me Mika Vega, and to do another review in the Mika channel. And here's a review, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Whew! What a... not a weird film movie, yeah. Anyways, let's talk about year 4 in the Harry Potter franchise. Now, before I talk about the movie, I'll talk about the book a little bit, and I'll say how much I love the book. The book is definitely the best out of the first 4 books in the entire franchise. I love it to death. I read it in one night. The second time, yeah. The second time I read that one, I read it I read the whole day. So yeah, that's how much I love the book. And the movie is... okay, great. It's not really sucky. It's not really a bad movie. It's just a film that has a lot of bad stuff, a bunch of plot holes and stuff. Yeah, definitely one of the most divisive Harry Potter movies because before I used to really love this movie. I think it's actually like the second favorite Harry Potter movie before I watched Order of the Phoenix, Prisoner of Azkaban, Chamber of Secrets for like the second time. And then yeah, I love those movies. Half-Blood Princess kind of getting less boring for me now. And Goblet of Fire now has gotten way more frustrating from now on because there's one big problem that this movie sustains, and it'll stay there as long as for more than 50 years. Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about this divisive feature-length movie. Now let's talk about the movie. Now, the positives in this movie, I love the characters again. The characters in this movie are still the same thing as the other ones, but of course they're still good. Harry and Ron are still fighting again, which thankfully it's not so much in the movie, which is a good thing because if it was throughout the whole movie, we'd be annoyed. And this would be probably one of the worst Harry Potter movies, but thankfully, Ron and Harry just make up throughout the second half of the movie after the first task, which is a good thing. And speaking of the task, the Triwizard tasks are pretty good. And with exception for one task, which I'm not really a fan of, but yeah, the Triwizard tasks were pretty good. The Dragon attack was awesome. The Merpeople attack was awesome, even though it fails in comparison to the book. And the third task, we'll talk about that later, but yeah. Anyways, let's talk about everyone's hairstyle because this movie, everyone should be going to the barber now because look at Harry in the front cover. He looks like a man. He looks like Sirius. I mean, Sirius has been in Azkaban for like long hair. Harry is like he's been in Azkaban. Look at him. He's wearing long hair. Look at Ron. Look at Fred and George in the movie. They look like they've been throughout Azkaban because you know what happens to people in Azkaban? They get long hair. Okay. Technically, Bill has long hair, but yeah, you know what I mean, right? And also there's some scenes in this movie I actually like the Quidditch World Cup attack, not the Quidditch World Cup itself, which is something negative we'll talk about later. But yeah, the attack with the Death Eaters is actually pretty awesome, and the look of the what's the name, Dark Mark is pretty good. And let's talk about the fact that this movie has the first major death in the series. In the first movie, we get Quirrell who gets burned alive. In the second movie, we get the Myrtle who dies off screen, and the Basilisk gets stabbed in the mouth, which is on screen, but that's not really human. So yeah, Quirrell's death is definitely well deserved because he's the main villain. Same with Voldemort. And the second movie, the main human death is off screen, and the third movie, there's 0 deaths the whole time. And the fourth movie, we get Robert Pattinson getting a Cadaver to death. Yeah, Cedric Diggory dies. Yeah. And fun fact, Cedric was actually in the third book. If you actually remember reading that book, he's actually there during the whole Quidditch match. Yeah. And yeah, it's really sad to see him go, especially his dad's reaction. Definitely one of the best parts of the entire movie. Despite this movie has a lot of flaws, that scene is definitely really sad. One of the saddest moments in the entire franchise for me. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are getting sad for that anyways. But yeah, let's talk about some other stuff. We got introduced to the 3 unforgivable curses: Avada Kedavra, Imperio, and Crucio. Yeah, that sounds more like French than actually English. Anyways, yeah, we got introduced to these 3 unforgivable curses, and we also get introduced to Mad-Eye Moody for the first time. Why did I say Mad-Eye Moody? What was I thinking? Anyways, yeah, Moody gets introduced to this movie, and he's the disguise as in, you know what I mean, Barty Crouch Jr., yeah. Yeah, and the reveal of him at the very end, the fact that he's Barty Crouch Jr. the whole time in Polyjuice Potion was actually pretty good. Some people don't like the reveal, but I actually like it. I think it's I think the book is way better in terms of the reveal, but yeah. So far I like the reveal because how they did the whole effect where his face gets melted, and then Barry just appears out of the melted body of the person he was impersonating the whole time for like 9 months. Yeah, pretty awesome. And the Yule Ball scene is actually pretty good. That's one of the coolest scenes. And the usage of music when the Bobatons and the Durmstrang students arrive, well done, yeah. So yeah, that's I'm afraid that's all the pause. Oh wait, I forgot to mention. Yeah. The opening of this movie is actually pretty good too, even though I wish they actually kept the Riddle family deaths in the movie. I actually kinda like the fact that I actually like the opening where we see this muggle guy enter the little Hangton mansion where the old Riddle family lived, and Voldemort kills him. Yeah, very good kill. That's a pretty good scene. A good way to open the movie and show us that this movie ain't gonna play itself safe in terms of darkness. And speaking of darkness, we get introduced to Voldemort after Sorcerer's Stone. Notice I say Sorcerer's Stone because Chamber of Secrets doesn't count because that was a memory. So memories don't count. I meant the actual Voldemort returns. Yeah. After Quirrell gets burned alive, Voldemort returns again for vengeance against Harry Potter. And I don't know why, but the scene where Wormtail does this, slices his hand out, really brutal. Definitely one of the most brutal scenes to see in the movie. Harry Potter franchise, I meant, not the whole like movie world. You know what I mean, right? Yeah, but that was definitely disturbing. This is something that a scene that the kids should not definitely watch. No wonder why it got PG-13 because this movie got real dark in the third act. And speaking of darkness, and yeah, let's move on to the negatives. Let's not talk about the big negative, guys. Is the Quidditch World Cup being cut throughout the entire movie? Why'd you cut the Quidditch World Cup? I mean, yeah, I know, I guess, because it's important to the plot. The fact that Boy Jr. Does the whole dark mark in the sky, but what's really the purpose of the scene? It's just they just cut away after Fudge says that it's a 420-second Quidditch World Cup, and then we see the snitch fly off, and then it cuts to friend George laughing around there in the tent. I mean, like, what? What's the purpose of that? You could have just left the scene in. Just left the whole Quidditch scene in. Don't cut it. Why'd you cut it? You just wasted all your money for that set, and then you just don't do it. What? Also, yeah, Mike Newell is a horrible director because most of the scenes in the entire movie are not even from the book. Some scenes. Let's talk about the major scene. It's the first task when Harry gets attacked in his school by the dragon. What is the purpose of that scene? I like the chase scene. Don't get me wrong. I like the chase scene, but what's really the purpose? And also, no one is coming here to get the dragons. Not even Charlie comes in and tries to stop the dragon. Like what? Also, number 2, why are Percy, Bill, and Charlie? They're just cut out the entire movie. Percy, I guess it's okay because he doesn't really serve too much of a purpose in this entire book, and at times I kind of forget that he's actually in the book at all. But yeah, where's Bill and Charlie? They're important to the story. Yeah, okay, not really important for Bill, but yeah, just bringing Charlie in. We need to see him after like 4 movies, and you don't bring him here, and also he doesn't return for the last few movies. And Fred dies, and then his brother gets married. Like what? Where are you, Charlie? Get inside the movie. And also, we get the obvious Dumbledore moment is the okay, that's way too fast. It's did you want to name the Goblet? That's definitely a Dumbledore moment of hilariousness because yeah, that was not in the book. Okay, it wasn't in the book, but he said it. Harry, did you put your name to the Goblet of Fire? Dumbledore asked calmly. It was calmly, not loudly. What was Mike Newell thinking? Anyways, yeah, throughout the whole movie, Dumbledore's like this. He's just a ticking time bomb about to explode. Number 2, where's Little Bagman? Where's Winky? Where's Dobby? Where the heck are they? I understand cutting Professor Grubby Plank from this movie because she doesn't even serve a single purpose, but yeah, you just, yeah, this movie just cut a lot of things out of the book, yeah. Oh, about the book, yeah. this movie cuts a lot out of the book. Like, it cut the Dursleys out, and I get the reason for cutting the Dursleys, but come on, you gotta at least leave them in for that awesome, hilarious scene where Dudley's tongue grows into a rapid size. That was funny, but the fact they cut it, shame on you, boy. And also, why did you let Mike Mignola direct this movie? He said in interviews that he doesn't he thinks the book is a big house brick size thing. And why did you let him direct the movie if he doesn't really like the book? Why did you let someone direct a movie even though he doesn't like the book? Yeah. So not really good. Yeah. And also the third task. I forgot to mention the third task. Why did I forget that? But yeah, the third task in the entire book is just not as good as the book. I meant, yeah. In the book, there's Sphinxes, there's Bogarts, there's Acromantulas, or just read the book. It's a really great book, guys. Just read it. Yeah. Why did you not leave the monsters in? Those are awesome. That would have been an awesome third task. And the movie doesn't even really feel like a third task. I mean, that feels like a first task. The dragons, frightening, scary. The mer people, also scary too. Why did you, that even feels like a first task, guys. Yeah. And, what else to say about this movie? Goblet of Fire. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about, the reveal of Barney Jr. being Mad Eye movie. There is a one plot hole in the entire movie that no one really mentions. Who killed Barney Sr.? Now in the book it's already mentioned that Barney Jr. killed him, but I actually watched the scene there in my phone about the whole reveal about Barney Jr. being Mad Eye Moody, I meant. And he doesn't even mention that he actually killed his father and stuff. And there's no really mention about that fact that he was the one who cast the dark mark. Okay, yes, we saw his face, but come on, yeah, you need to at least make him say that he actually cast the dark mark, so that everyone would actually remember that. Oh yeah, it's Barney Jr. Right. Oh, about Barney Jr. Why did you show his face? It would have been better if we didn't see his face. That would have been way better. That would have been a good mystery. Also, actually, after that, why'd you cut out Bertha Jorkins' mystery? That was an awesome mystery. Okay, I understand cutting the whole twins mystery about who are they blackmailing, and I understand about Rita Skeeter being an awful person in the book, about how she's quote unquote telling the truth, but she actually telling lies, but and she's unregistered animagus, but yeah. Yeah, this movie has a lot of stuff out of the book. This movie has a lot of stuff out of the book. As much as I liked a couple of scenes and a lot of stuff, and there's a bunch of bad stuff in this movie. So yeah, this is a very divisive movie. There's a lot of good, there's a lot of bad, and if you fit them together, it would be a... okay, now my ranking, I think this might be the second worst Harry Potter movie so far, after Half-Blood Prince. Maybe this is worse, I don't know. I'll think about it. There's a lot of good stuff, there's a lot of bad stuff. So in total, this will be a 7.5? 7 out of 10? I don't know, guys. It's probably around 7 to 7.5. I love this movie, I don't like this movie. It's just this combination of a hybrid, you know what I mean, guys, right? Anyways, that's my review for this big old piece of not following the book movie, yeah. Along with the Percy Jackson stuff, yeah. Anyways, what do you guys think of my review of this movie? And obviously, this movie is way worse than the first 3 movies. The first 3 movies are classics, the Goblet of Fire, sort of. But first, read the book. Read the book, guys. I highly recommend you read the book. It's a great read. The movie is, it's a great movie if you haven't read the book, yeah. Anyways, bye guys, and I'll see you next time. And I hope there won't be any more angry people disliking the video because I roasted this entire movie and most of the stuff. Yeah, bye.